What's going on, Virgo? And welcome to my channel, Alchemist. Justin here, and I hope you're feeling pumped because it's your birthday season. Happy birthday, happy birthday, it's your birthday. But Virgo, so this spread, this is a special one. This is going to be your solar return spread. And what solar returns are, it's just like, whenever your sun is conjunct with your natal sun, it's to kind of reflect back on what has happened with you over the last year and then get ready for what's to come for you for the upcoming year. So that's what that's what this yearly spread's going to be about. Got a special oracle card for it. It's got a good, nice little spread. It's going to be a good old time. Oh, but yeah, I don't really have a rhyme or reason with this script here. So let's just it's a very interesting time, Virgo, because when on your birthday season, your ruler Mercury is actually going retrograde at about, I want to say about 3 something Eastern time. So it's very interesting, and it happens to fall on a Wednesday, which is ruled by Mercury. A lot of auspicious stuff lining up here for you, Virgo. And Mercury retrogrades, where sure they bring about a little trickiness. Retrogrades are about reflections, So I think it's going to be an interesting birthday season and just a great year for you. But before we jump into this thing, just so you're all aware, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one. So take what resonates with you, leave the rest with me, and never force a reading on a situation, okay? So with all that being said, let's jump into it. Your space has been cleansed. Crystals, they are just geeked up for you, just for your birthday season there, Virgo. Just wonderful energy all around here. So how this dropping stuff. So how this spread is going to work out here, Virgo? I have these ones I only bust out for the yearly spread. So these are angel oracle cards, and this is going to be the consciousness that's going to be kind of watching over you over this next year. And then I'm going to pull an oracle card from this deck for each month, and they're not going to follow any sort of like I mean, if things happen to fall in order as they go throughout this year, Virgo, please let me know next year. But I'm gonna pull one oracle card for each month, and then I'll pull one tarot card for each one as well. And then for every 4, we'll get an oracle card from one of the other decks here. I know there's a lot going on. It all makes sense here in a second, Virgo. But before we jump into this thing, these readings that I do, they're not gender specific readings, so apply these energies to people as they make sense for your situations, okay? And then the decks that I'm working with, I've included links for them down in the description box below, so definitely check that out if you're interested. Thank you. But also down in the description box are some links for some other readers that I like watching, Virgo, so definitely check them out. Very cool group. I think you would really enjoy them. But let's see what the consciousness that's watching over you here, Virgo. Very interesting here, Virgo. So you have the 7th card here, which is Cassio. And she is represented by Jupiter, and there's a couple of symbols that I'm not familiar with here, Virgo, so bear with me here. So she's ruled by, or no, I don't know if she's ruled by, but we got Jupiter here, and then, you think I've been more prepared for this, Virgo. Oh, and then you have Kronos is one of them, which represents authority figures and regulations. And then, what's this other little squiggly figure here? Virgo, I promise, I'm a little more professional than this. Interesting. We're not gonna worry about it right now, Virgo. I'll find it. I'll find it here in a second. But Cassio is the keeper of karma and time, and some things to maybe think about over these next year's here, Virgo, or for this next year here, Virgo, is boundaries, time, discipline, solitude, rules, tears, and the paradox of light versus dark. And they have a little description down here, Virgo, which is I help you balance your karma and teach you how to grow through life's challenges, trials, and tribulations. And then down at the bottom here, there's a crystal here that maybe you want to think about working with. And I actually have an obsidian right here, but obsidian is one. This is Rhonda. There's obsidians here. Saturdays might be an important day for you. And then think twice. So this may be something where we just want to, before we jump into things there, Virgo, we want to make sure that we're just really weighing our options here. But I'm going to set this over here, Virgo, and then let's start to get your first oracle card here, which I can't seem to find this other symbol here, Virgo. That is fascinating. Oh, oh my goodness, Virgo, I'm silly. That's Capricorn. I've never seen Capricorn draw like that before. It's like, how fascinating. Okay, and so moving on. Let's get to your first card here. Let's get your first card here, Virgo. Oh, okay, perfect. Thanks, higher self. Let's move this thing along. In which I like this, Virgo, because you got the eighth card of Leos here, which is the hot air balloon card. And with this card, this is a card of balance, uplifting, freedom, going with the flow, rise above, don't resist, new perspective, untouchable, defying gravity, continuous flow, ascension, view, elevate, and feeling good. And I like this energy, Virgo. The energy that's coming through here is the going with the flow. So that might be something that we want to be thinking about over this next year. It's like, how can we go with the flow of the energies? Because yours is a sign that deals with like the kind of like, and this may not be the funnest thing, Virgo, but yours is associated with the sixth house, which is about routines, health, day-to-day jobs, structure. You're very analytical. So I feel that this is an energy of kind of like being a little more relaxed, maybe over this next year, finding a way to kind of go with the flow of the energies, because your opposite sign is Pisces, and where Pisces can learn to kind of bring that spiritual, intuitive nature to the everyday. It's how do you disconnect from since you're an earth sign, being so connected to this realm, how do you more so connect to that spiritual side of you so that you can intuitively move throughout your day? Because Virgo, your energy really is, you are very powerful manifestors. And I feel like when you're able to really connect with source, and however that looks like, the angels, higher self, future self, spirit, whatever that's looking like, I feel like you were able to couple those energies together, there's really nothing that you can't accomplish, Virgo. So I feel like, just learning to just relax a little bit more and just kind of go, just kind of feel the flow of the energies. But let's get a tarot on this. Thank you. Alright, Virgo, let's see what we got here. Interesting. I like that, Virgo. So you have the Six of Pentacles here. And with this energy, Virgo, I feel like that's what this is kind of talking about here. This sort of like give and take. It's just like, how much are we investing into... I feel like it's finding a balance, between how much we're investing into like our everyday sort of like, earthly matters here. And then how do we more so balance out maybe to getting in touch with our spirituality, whether that be through meditation, or maybe it's through yoga, or maybe it's getting out in nature, just like, making more time to just like kind of feel the air. And I really almost am feeling this sense of like of presence here as well, just like really kind of being in the present moment, and just kind of, because even thinking with Cassio, that's kind of a nice balance when you think about Jupiter and Capricorn energy, where Capricorn is about the achievements and things. Jupiter is about that spirituality, that expansion, that growth. And I feel, Capricorn, even thinking about that, there's the sea goats, and they said that tail part is that intuitive side that helps them kind of manifest into this real world here. And I feel like too, Virgo, just kind of paying attention to maybe even how, as far as like maybe with like our relationships and things with others, making sure that there's that reciprocity in our relationships as well, that there's that balance, that we're not sacrificing so much maybe for others, making sure that we're having some time to just fill up our own cups and things along those lines. So I like that, Virgo. Let's get another oracle on the mix. Virgo, let's see what else we got here. Oh, we got one of your cards here, and I like that, Virgo, because you got the eighth card of you, which is the Grapes card. And with this card, this is a card of abundance, bearing fruit, harvest, fertility, merriment, prosperity, surplus, fullness, juicy, overindulged, tempting, goodness, plentiful, wealth, and enjoy the fruits of your labor. And the energy that's coming through here, Virgo, is the abundance. And of course it is. Because again, you are a very abundant sign. I feel like you are really kind of attuned. You really, I feel like, can really feel out the opportunities that can be presented in this realm. And I really feel like that when you go with the flow of the energies and really kind of almost, I'm almost more so kind of getting like a Queen of Pentacles vibes where, where the Queen of Pentacles is an expert manifester. She does need to kind of, and that's Capricorn energy, and you're the King of Pentacles there, Virgo. So you're just again, just naturally abundant. But I feel like there's a need to, like over this year to really kind of learn to kind of tune into all the abundance that's around you. And I'm almost even getting like a feeling, not that you're not grateful, Virgo, but maybe practicing more gratitude and more appreciation for all the things that the universe does present you, And yeah, and just making that a part of your just like your day-to-day routines, just like maybe thanking source or thanking the universe just for all that you have, and no matter what that looks like. Because one thing with abundance, if we because we can always want more, Virgo, naturally. But if we stem from this place of like lack, then that's all there's going to be is lack, where we won't, if we don't show that appreciation. But let's get yeah, let's get a tarot on this. Thank you. See what's going on here. Nice, Virgo. All right, so you have the Two of Wands here. And with the Two of Wands, Virgo, I feel like that there's going to be, the choices as far as like where you put your energy. I feel like it's going to be really important because you really can have the world, and you can manifest whatever it is you feel like. But I feel that it's going to be more so from a passion standpoint. I feel like with what the Two of Wands is kind of staying here, like finding those things that truly kind of resonating with you, as far as like what gets you excited and what gets you, yeah, something that like things as far as like what gets you excited. Because this is the Two of Wands, this is Mars and Aries. And I feel like when you have that thing that really kind of drives you, that's where you really find the max amount of abundance. I feel like it's because sometimes I feel like with the earth signs that maybe there's this, sometimes I feel there's this energy that we have to chase after like the cars, the big houses, things along those lines. And it's just like the earth energy, just it's and it's not to say that that stuff doesn't matter to you, Virgo, but it's like that doesn't define who you are, And maybe it's just like questioning the motivations of our actions. I'm even feeling like with the Two of Wands over this year, and just like really questioning what does abundance look like for you. You know what I mean? But I dig that, Virgo. Let's get some tea. Let's get another one on the mix. Thank you. Oh, another one of your cards here, but see, abundant, because you got the second card of you, which is the coin toss card. And with this card, this is a card of choices, either or, be fair, considering pros and cons, fate, equal, two sides to every story, butterfly effect, either way, 50-50 chance, unpredictable, can't decide and take a chance. And the energy that's coming through here, Virgo, is the unpredictable. And I kind of wanted to, I'm kind of glad that that came up, because I kind of wanted to get into a little more about that Cassio energy, how she was talking about like how she teaches you how to balance karma and teach you how to go through life's challenges. Because life does bring about, it's unpredictable. And I feel like that where it can be a little unnerving having that unpredictability and not having that stability all the time. But I feel like that it's like kind of like that going with the flow energy. I feel like it's becoming comfortable with becoming just getting comfortable with expecting the unexpected and being flexible, you know, because you are, I feel like what makes you such a great manifester too is because you are compared to, and not to say that Capricorn and Taurus don't manifest well either, but you have that adaptability being a mutable sign of the earth sign so that you can kind of pivot as trials and challenges and things come to you. And it does teach you this sense of wisdom. I feel like that comes with life's trials and things. And just considering you had the going with the flow as well, I feel like that if you can really learn to relax into these energies and not to, because I feel like, you know, sometimes too with Virgo there's this need of needing to have some this type of control, or need to have everything needs to kind of line up nicely, and if it doesn't, then just things are all in disarray. But you know, King of Pentacles, you know, he knows how to think on his toes, and I feel like there's a way, I feel like, to be able to set up a cushion so that you have a solid foundation, but still able to kind of relax into this journey here, Virgo. But let's get some tarot, or get a tarot on this. See what's going on here, Virgo. Interesting, I'm with it. So you got the Four of Wands here, Virgo. And I feel like with this is a card of celebration, you know, this is, and I almost feel like too, you know, for some, interesting, for some, you know, maybe over this next year, because the Four of Wands can be a card of marriage. So this might be something where maybe we have like a unexpected celebration that's getting ready to come through. Maybe you're getting married, Virgo. Maybe someone's around us is having a cause for celebration. But I almost feel like with the Four of Wands too, it's just like it's celebrating that. I don't know. There's like a celebration in like again in like this not knowing where things are going. You know, to really appreciate life for all the wins that come your way, and all of the challenges that come, and just appreciating that there's growth that's happening on either end here, and that's just like. And I almost feel like that it's just like when you do hit those points of challenges, because they're going to happen, it's kind of like a checkpoint to just kind of see like, do we feel like we're on track here, you know, when we hit those points? And if not, how do we get things closer to where we want to be in life, you know? But let me get one more on that, Virgo. Okay, so the Four of Wands is clarified by the Seven of Cups in reverse here. And you know, I feel that when these kind of like challenges come up here, okay, that it can feel like that these restrict our options, and that we can feel that we're not as abundant as we are. But it's, I feel like that it's, you know, when we get into, it's all a matter of perspective, I feel, when we get to talking about abundance and things. And, you know, the more restricted we are, the more limited the abundance is. But that doesn't mean that it's gone anywhere. It's just that we can't see it, you know, and that it's, there, we may need to kind of get creative as far as like, you know, just paying attention to the stuff that's around us, and you know, kind of paying attention to, Virgo, I feel, because sometimes when things get unpredictable, the Seven of Cups for me can be like a prelude to a devil moment. And we just want to be mindful of any sort of like escapism or things, because that can also limit how we experience the abundance that's coming in our lives and things like that. So just something to think about there, Virgo. Well, let's get another oracle here, and then let's get one more here, and then we'll get our. Oh, all right. I'm with it, Virgo. You're efficient. This is like quit serving up word salad, in which Mercury retrograde. That's one thing to watch out for. There, Virgo might be serving up word salad a little more than normal. I'm looking forward to it. My got a moon in Gemini. It's the whole thing. But you got the seventh card of Libras here, which is the biker card. And with this card, this is a card of lone wolf style, impervious, nonconformist, standing up, breaking the rules, brotherhood, enjoy the ride, loves freedom, moving on, outlaw, maverick, swift actions, and need for speed. And the energy that's coming through here, Virgo, is breaking rules. And I like that, you know. Because I feel like that there's like, you know, because again, yours is such a you're a very methodical sign. You like, I feel like you like order, structures, and things. And where that is nice and fun, you know, or nice and fun, where that is nice, I mean, it can be fun. I mean, I'm a big fan of routines. I'm feeling my best when I'm in my routine. But I do feel like that for some Virgo over this year, there's going to be a need to, you know, break the rules within reason. We're not breaking the law, Virgo, but it's more so that it's allowing yourself to kind of maybe break out of that, like out of that habit of, you know, those habitual things every now and again, you know, just sort of like really mix things up, you know, like if you've been feeling some sort of like impulse, like, you know what, let's go on a hot air balloon ride, or let's go to a vineyard, or you know what, I don't know what I want to do today, maybe I'll do this, like pick two things and maybe toss a coin and just kind of see what happens there, Virgo. Just sort of like embrace the freedom that this life really does have to offer, you know, because I mean, even your energy, you know, your conscious spirit is even all about discipline, very Saturn type of energy that I feel like it's kind of, even though it's Jupiter, I feel like it's very Saturn type, you know, with being Capricorn. They're ruled by Saturn, and even there's Saturn in this picture here now I'm thinking about it, but there still is this kind of mythical side here that's going on, because there's a dragon that's flying down here, flying around here, Virgo. And I feel like that's, you know, you kind of just like really doing something, just like really just out of the box here, you know, just trying something. Maybe you want to do like skydiving, or maybe you want to get on a bike and go on a road trip, or something along those lines, Virgo. That could be very exciting. But let's get a tarot on this. I'm with it. All right, Virgo. So you have the Seven of Pentacles up. Seven of Pentacles up right here. And with the Seven of Pentacles, you know, I feel like there's this. This to me is a card of investments, and you know, this almost feels like to me with this, it's just like, you know, where maybe for you, it's just like you're always thinking about like, what's the most practical. And it's not to say that you don't have fun, Virgo, but I feel like that sometimes we can get, again, kind of caught up in like the day-to-day stuff all the time, thinking about like the future, like how am I going to be set up as far as like, you know, am I going to be able to do like maybe retirement, or you know, like am I going to be able to, was this a wise investment, or you know, like what's the next thing that I'm going to do, or the next thing, or but there's not, I feel like there's a need to make sure that we are investing in more than just like, again, like material things, you know, invest in stuff that makes you feel good, as well as like, you know, maybe we're I don't know, going to like, I'm just for somebody like a maybe like a food venue or something, like just something I feel like out of left field, like that just really kind of, and it's not something I feel like is gonna break the bank, but it's just like, and maybe if again, just like maybe going on like a travel or something along those lines. But I feel like it's like the Seven of Pentacles is like asking you to like invest in yourselves in like more kind of creative ways, in things along those lines. You know, maybe this is where maybe we've been working for someone for a while, maybe we're thinking about starting up our own business or something like that, Virgo. But all right, Virgo, with that, now let's get an oracle card from this deck to kind of sum up this first little few months here. Ooh, Virgo. Okay. All right. So you have the Awake card in reverse here, and I feel like with this, Virgo, it's like I almost feel like there's a need to kind of like to sort of like wake up from this sort of like, again, the sort of like the day-to-day stuff. You know, like just in doing something that, I don't know, that really could like unlock like a something for your soul. You know, maybe this could be like a creative endeavor. Maybe you want to I don't know, maybe you want to join like a go to like an art festival, or maybe you want to create some art, or maybe you want to maybe take up like some like I don't know, maybe like some acting classes, or maybe some dance classes, or maybe even like an art class or something. But I feel like something that can really kind of tap into a more sort of spiritual side of you, you know, and like really I don't know, it feels like there's a sense of wisdom that can come from this, or that there's something that there's like a side that's just needing to be unlocked, or that's needing to be looked into. So, you know, again, take this Mercury retrograde and you know time going forward, and just kind of reflect on some things that you may want to do on this journey. You know, that may have that can kind of fulfill you in a way that you hadn't thought before. You know, if you've been wanting to do something just like out of left field, that I don't know, that just like not even just like others, but like you wouldn't expect as well. But very interesting energy there, Virgo. I like that. Let's get some. Let me actually pour up a little more tea there. Let's hydrate. And let's get into the next few months there. Thank you. Oh, look at that, Virgo, more fun. Wait, this has got to be Capricorn's funnest card, because you got the second card of Capricorn, which is but look at that, more balloons here, Virgo. The balloons card. Maybe we're taking up, maybe learning balloon animals there, Virgo. I don't know. Or maybe this is all the balloons for your birthday season that's getting ready to go down here. But this is a card of fun, freedom, high vibe, relief, rising up, ascension, aspirations, success, joyful, higher perspective, cheerful, attaining goals, stress free, independence, and let it go. An energy that's coming through here, Virgo, is the aspirations. And I almost feel like for this, you know, maybe for some, it's just like we've been going about things a more you know, maybe we've been going about this journey about like as far as like achieving our goals and things, it's been very kind of traditional, you know, and I feel like there's a need like and it's not to say like we're quitting our jobs or anything along those lines, Virgo, but are we doing things that fill up all of our cups, you know, like when we're talking about these investments and with the Seven of Pentacles, it's just like, is there something that has been wanting to maybe you wanted to start your own kind of like hot air balloon business, or maybe you've wanted to whatever this is looking like, you know, and I feel like this could even be just like making this a hobby. Maybe you're a fan of like maybe you want to start making your own wine on the side, or again maybe you want to go on a road trip, or you know maybe we would like to I don't know. It's just like I feel like there's a need to make sure that we're really kind of fulfilling things that really speak to us, that aren't just like what is expected of you. You know, let's say you know you're a lawyer who loves going to the circus on the weekend, or maybe you're participating in the circus. I know, Virgo, this is kind of wild, but that's what it kind of feels like. It's like, you know, there's a need to kind of do something, kind of shake stuff up a little bit, and really kind of do things that really kind of unlock the true Virgo, you know, the who you really are, as opposed to just like how maybe you want to be seen by others, or what it's be expected. And I don't feel like we're being irresponsible. We're just being fulfilled. You know, like we can have the security and stuff and still have this fun as well. There's that balance, that Six of Pentacles, that's I feel like that's needing to be had. But let's get a tarot on this. Thank you. Interesting. All right. So you have the King of Swords in reverse. And you know, I kind of like this because I feel like the King of Swords, you know, he's a very serious figure. You know, he's all about the intellect and, you know, all about being down to the business and things, and very logical in what he does. But I feel like him popping in reverse, that there can be a wisdom, or some wisdom that can be attained from doing things that aren't, that maybe don't make any sense. You know, it's like, you know, maybe this I almost even feel like for some this could be even, this almost gives me like a Uranus opposition type of energy, where it's like that's kind of like your midlife, like almost like a midlife crisis in a sense. And I don't even feel like it's a crisis. This is just like, I feel like the energies are just like alerting you, just like, hey, you know that you can, you can do more than what I don't know. It's like really kind of getting you really on your path. And I feel like it's like maybe you feel like you've gotten everything sort of figured out. It's like you got your like 10-year plan. You're gonna do this by this age, this by this time, this by this time. And then like down the line it's like something happens where it's just like, oh, we're like reevaluating like everything. And I don't feel like it's nothing to panic about, Virgo, but I feel like it's just something where just kind of just like relax. Let's get loosey goosey and just sort of like just do something. I mean, I personally, I like where this energy is going so far, Virgo. So, and I feel like that you can, I don't know, it's like you'll learn a lot more about yourself. You'll see yourself from like, considering you get all these balloons, it's like you'll see things from a higher perspective, tapping into that, learning from our opposite side, fulfilling those like kind of big dreams. Maybe you want to get on stage, or maybe you want to start doing some crafting, or maybe do some, just build stuff. But just making sure that you're sticking true to you, Virgo. Very interesting energy here. I like that. Let's get another on the mix. Interesting. All right, so you got the fifth card of Capricorns here, which is the Dear John card. And with this card, this is a card of rejection, cold hard truth, breaking up, set boundaries, divorce, strained situation, it's not you, it's me, the end, final word, cutting cords, and something's not working. An energy that's coming through here, Virgo, is the cutting cords. And maybe for some, I feel like with this energy, maybe we've been, there may be some stuff where maybe I almost feel like that if we've been noticed that we've been around people who maybe kind of been restricting us, been telling us that, let's say for example, this is like a partner, let's say, who's been saying like, Virgo, this, you've been feeling this urge to change something, like, Virgo, this doesn't make sense, like, yeah, it's like for some, it's just like, yeah, like it's like maybe there's, it's like people who are just like, and it's again, it's not that you're not having fun, but I feel like that maybe there's this energies of, we may need to kind of, if not necessarily cut people out of our lives, but more so just like kind of putting up these boundaries. It's like maybe they're just like, they're kind of forcing their, like maybe like trying to live vicariously through you. This could be maybe some parent or parental things, for example. Maybe you've been expected to carry like the family legacy or something like that, or maybe you've been, you've come from like a family of like veterans or doctors or lawyers or things, and it's just like it's expected among you. But now it's like maybe for some, we're thinking about maybe ending that line, and then like instead of doing like what people expect from us, it's like, what do you expect from you, because you are the one who has to go through this journey, and you're the one who has to live with these decisions and things. And if they don't truly resonate with you, then you're not truly unlocking who you really are, and you're not learning about what you are meant to do on this journey, and how you're meant to raise this vibration. And so I do feel like for some, there is going to be this need to kind of maybe sever some ties or something along those lines. Or, maybe this is like, we maybe, because I remember, I haven't thought about her in a little while, but I remember there was this person I used to work with, and she had quit she had worked at this like really big high profile firm, was doing all this stuff, made all this money, living in like the big city and all this great stuff, all these nice things, but then had this like epiphany that like, I'm miserable. You know, I got all this like all this abundance, you know, kind of this quotation mark here, but it's just like none of it was doing it for her. So she quit. She totally left her job and then was like then we were working at this restaurant on the beach and it was fantastic. Living her best life, living on the beach, doing this stuff here and now I feel like that may be what kind of is like what's kind of happening, you know, or maybe, and again, I'm not saying that we're quitting our jobs, but it's just something like that, you know. Maybe we got into like a relationship, or that might be something too, Virgo. Maybe we got into this relationship or something where it's like it was like a more like a power couple thing, and where you feel comfortable financially and stuff. It's just like, is there any heart, you know, and things along those lines. It's very interesting there, Virgo. But let's get some tarot on this. And speaking of Capricorn, you got the devil up right here, Virgo. And you know, with the devil being here, you know, this is I feel like the devil is like the ways the devil is very unique energy. It's like the ways that we can keep ourselves restricted, the way that things that can hold ourselves back, and this could be, you know, like that's like um this could be the way that we think, you know, as far as like, you know, like others maybe forcing them to for us to make a decision, or maybe it's like our job or whatever this is. And you know, and when we talk about that prelude to a devil moment, because here's the thing too, Virgo, because sometimes when we're not following our goals, you know, we may, in order to try to fill up that void in other ways, you know, we may result in, you know, like overindulging in people or in substances and things along those lines, or however that's looking. And I'm even almost like kind of even getting like a even like a depressing energy that's kind of coming through here with the devil, because the one kind of trickiness with Capricorn energy is that because they're Saturn ruled, and you know they're kind of a slow burn, you know. Usually it takes like their first Saturn return for things to really start kind of lightening up, and that's like 20 some odd years. That's a long time, and if we're not seeing the fruits of our labor come to work, you know, that can get us in this sort of depressed state. So you know, just if you've not been feeling fulfilled or been feeling like this is really your true calling, or that you're not where you want to be in life, that is something to get eyes on. I feel like with this devil, and be, you know, just honest with yourself, and you can always change this thing up, Virgo. You know, it's all in divine timing. You know, it's never too late. You know, you might be thinking down the line, you could be 70, you're just like have this epiphany. It's just like, oh my gosh, like it's too late for me. Never to have fun, to fulfill your dreams. If anything, if you're at that age and we're retired and stuff, now you got all the time in the world. My stepfather just retired not too long ago, and I've never seen him happier. He's been doing this gardening and really just kind of living his, and it's a beautiful thing that can happen there, Virgo. So just something to think about. Let's get another oracle on the mix. I like that. Look at that. Now we're getting some travel. Interesting, Virgo. Might be a lot of traveling here for you too, considering this hot air balloon biker, and now you got the sixth card of Gemini's here, which is the train card. I like that. And with this card, this is a card of moving on, life's journey, new endeavor, going away, one direction, on track, focus, on time, keep going forward, going with the flow. Got that going with the flow there twice there, Virgo. Inflexible, steady climb, and no resistance. But the energy here that's coming through here, Virgo, is the moving on. And if it begins, since we're just talking about this depressing type of energy and things, if there's something that we've been feeling like, oh, it's time for a change, where that stuff can be tough, you know, I'm always getting chariot energy in a sense of just like, you know, it's just like we got to keep it moving, you know, like it where we may have thought that we may have invested so wholly into one thing, we thought that this was going to be the thing that was going to really kind of change the game up, that was really going to define us, but then comes to find out, you know, it's been we want to go a completely different direction. And but if we go against that, if we go against that energy, then it can affect us over time. You know, it affects Yeah, I don't. It's very interesting, Virgo. So I feel like for some, there may be this energy of where we might be moving on to different opportunities. Because the beautiful thing about life is that, again, it's unpredictable. It's going with the flow. Like it's all about change. You know what I mean? But yeah, thank you. All right, let's see what we got here, Virgo. Interesting. Okay, so you got the Five of Pentacles in reverse here, and I almost feel like that there's this moving on from feeling this sense of like, if especially if we've been feeling like there's this void that's needing to be filled, or that something has been or something that's not, I don't know, that's leaving us in this deficit. It's just like I almost feel like that there's this energy with the Five of Pentacles. It's just like we can never seem to quite get enough. It's like we always want more. And I feel like that's, again, that's a common thing. I feel like with us, we can always want more of things, but it's just like as this thing we want more of, is it fulfilling us? And if not, we may need to move on from this mindset, because might be affecting our abundance in the long run here, Virgo. So just something that, yeah, just interesting energy there. But let's get another oracle on the mix. Thank you. Oh, look at that, Virgo. Another one of your cards. So you got the seventh card of Virgo, which is the fine print card. And with this card, this is a card of detail, look closer, inspection, research, be careful, in depth, pay attention, don't assume, thorough, deep dive, hidden information, double check, and read between the lines. And the energy that's coming through here, Virgo, is the deep dive. And I do feel like that there is this energy that we are getting ready to learn, especially since you have gotten this awake card in reverse, that there's a need for maybe for some to really do a deep dive and ask ourselves, is this where we want to, is this the path that we are really meant on? Is this where higher self is really trying to lead us? Or are we going against the grain there, It's just like kind of looking at things a little bit closer and seeing how this stuff affects you over time, And just like asking, like, just like, because you can still work at this company, and then maybe you're doing, maybe well, we were traveling for the circus, maybe we do some circus stuff on the weekend there, Virgo. Or maybe we're maybe if you want to do some diving, even, like just like literal, like going for like a deep dive. Or I'm even like, now that I've said that, I'm even like kind of seeing, like, I'm almost kind of seeing, Virgo, you kind of submerged in this. Hang with me. It's like a universal, like, or not even a universal, but just kind of dive. You know how when you dump your head in water, you're just like, that sound is like everything's just sort of muffled, and it's just you and your thoughts. I feel like it's sort of like that sort of energy is kind of going on here. There's a need for like a real honest type of deep perspection here, not like forcing the thoughts, just kind of paying attention to the things that kind of flow through your mind, not attaching to it. Very King of Cups, not attaching, but just really kind of observing as things kind of come through here. And if you do find yourself attaching to something, maybe that might be something that might need a little more analysis and things like that. Let's let me get a tarot on this. Thank you. All right, Virgo, I'm with it. So you got the Six of Cups here. And interesting, Virgo, I'm almost getting, for some, there's like this, I'm almost getting like for some, it's like there's this past life energy that's coming through. That's interesting. But I feel like there's like, it's like maybe it's almost giving me like that sort of like the South Node type of vibe in like your astrology chart, where it's just like the things that you've mastered from a past life, and now it's like, what are we focusing on this kind of go around here? I feel like there's a need to create a type of new experience. It's like I'm almost getting just like this has been done before. You know what we're doing. It's just like there's a need to kind of again do a deeper dive and do something a little bit different. You know, something very spiritual. I feel like is kind of happening here with this energy. And interesting. Can I get one more? Let me get one more on that, Virgo. Interesting. And how funny. So the Six of Cups is clarified by the Hanged Man in reverse. And I do feel like there's this epiphany here. There's this kind of seeing beyond the veil, like, because the Hanged Man is Neptune energy, and that's one of Pisces rulers. And I'm not sure how to really put this, Virgo, but I feel like there's an epiphany that's getting ready to come through, like a new perspective that's getting ready to happen. But we're going to, in order to find that, we're going to need to really kind of dive, like really kind of do some real deep introspective work here. But I'm with that. Let's get your next oracle card here. Thank you. Now let's see what's going on here, Virgo. And look at this, Virgo. So you got the all kinds of epiphanies here. You got they got the Vision card in reverse here. And see, there's something I feel like that we need to see that's beyond our eyes. You know, this is like tapping into like your mind's eye in things. You know, this whole little row, I feel like it's like I almost feel like even when we're talking about with that cutting cords, it's like we're in a sense like it's like a temporary like severing ties with this material realm and really kind of tapping into a more sort of inspired type of vision in things, you know, like it's like that. It's like that third eye stuff there, Virgo, is what it was kind of coming through. It's like, and you'd be surprised, you know. I feel like you doing this sort of like spiritual work, and maybe that's what this travel is for. Maybe we're going on a spiritual retreat or something along those lines. But getting into that inspired space can really help you manifest even in like your corporate job or like even like however this may be looking, you know. But you know, considering, you know, the visions awaken, it's just like, you know, it's like seeing past this realm here. It's very fascinating. I feel like what's coming through here, Virgo. I like that. All right, Virgo, let's finish up this. Let's get this last few cards here. Wrap up this little spiritual journey that you're going on. I like this. I think you will too, Virgo. Thank you. Oh, I love it. Here's Pisces. So you got the first card of your opposite sign, Pisces, which is the Roses card. And with this card, this is a card of love, romance, affection, appreciation, devotion, bond, delighted, high emotional IQ, gifts, friendship, infatuated, enchanted, passion, fidelity, tender, yearning, and attached. And the energy that's coming through here, Virgo, is the attached. And I feel like for some, you know, considering we got the Dear John earlier with this love, you know, maybe for some, you know, we may be attached to, we want to be, I feel like almost kind of be mindful of how we're, for some, like maybe the people that we're attaching ourselves to, you know, and paying attention those who and paying attention who attaches to you, Virgo, and if they're lowering your vibration in a way, because you know you're in a very elevated state with all these balloons and things and visions. You know, I feel like we want to pay attention to people who may be trying to bring you down, especially since you got the devil flirting around in here, and even like that Seven of Cups, you know. Yeah, just kind of paying attention, and if you've noticed that stuff, you know, let's put some boundaries up there. But again, I am still kind of getting this energy too, also of the being maybe a little too attached to the material side of this thing. And again, there's nothing. I'm really not trying to say that you know not about making your coin or anything like that, Virgo. We got bills and we got things we want to buy. I'm with that. It's your birthday season. You better treat yourself. But it's I feel like it's just like making sure that we're not overly attached to this, you know, realizing that we are spiritual beings living through a human experience, you know. There's that balance, Six of Pentacles, that's needing to happen here. But let's get a tarot on this. Nice, Virgo, I'm with it. So you got the Ace of Wands here. And with the Ace of Wands popping up, you know, I feel like it's being really kind of mindful again with your energies as far as just one with the attachments and the way that people are attaching to you, because yours is one, you're a sign of service as well. And I feel like you want to bring out the best in others. And you know, if you're pouring all your energy into something that is kind of leeching away from that, that's going to affect your journey as well. It's going to affect your awakening. It's going to affect your vision, your ability to manifest. But I'm even getting, because you know, the Ace of Wands can be, you know, a bit of a phallic card, and I'm kind of almost getting for some, again, just with this devil, you know, there's a need to kind of watch out how we're attaching to others, you know, maybe we're, and you know this is a judgment-free zone, Virgo, but it's just, you know, we want to be mindful of just like, where there's nothing wrong with sex and things along those lines, it's just that overindulgence, you know, and, you know, again, that is, you know, like, why are we not maybe, and it might be this too, you know, maybe we're not, maybe on the flip side, we may not be attaching, maybe we're just kind of forming these sort of like superficial bonds, and it's just like, what is that about, you know, there may be something we may need to get some eyes on, so just something to think about there, Virgo. Alright, let's get another oracle. Thank you. Ooh, Virgo. I really, you know what, Virgo? All this traveling stuff here, you know, I do feel like that if you haven't had a chance to really get out and just kind of go out and about and things, I do feel there's a need to kind of see the world, and not even, you didn't even necessarily go overseas, but maybe even just like broaden your scope here, you know, maybe there's a need to like experience more and things. But you got the sixth card of Aquarius here, which is the airplane card. And with this card, this is a card of travel, long distance, speed, overcome, rise up, freedom, no boundaries, breaking free, in control, things work out, taking off, leave it behind, an internal guidance system. And the energy that's coming through here, Virgo, is the freedom. And so, you know, I feel that if we've been maybe kind of cooped up, and, you know, maybe there's a need to just kind of feel freer, you know, because Aquarius energy, you know, they're all about freedom, you know, they're not about feeling restricted, you know, even though there's a bit of a conundrum, being Saturn ruled, you know, that's about restrictions and things, but Uranus is about, you know, fighting against that stuff. And I feel like there's this, you know, maybe for some it's just like maybe we've been wanting to do this thing, you know, like maybe break it, well, again, from like maybe that family tradition, or this relationships, or whatever this is, you know, anything that I feel like restricts your sense of freedom and growth and things. We want to, you know, want to pay attention to that, because you got a lot of stuff here that's just like you're going with the flow, you know, you know, we're doing some love, you know, we're just like maybe doing things we love, you know, falling in love, whatever that's looking like. But let's get Let's get some tarot on this. Interesting, Virgo. So you got the Ten of Pentacles here, and that's funny when this is coming out. You know, this is Mercury in Virgo, and Mercury's retrograde, and it's just like thinking about where, you know, Ten of Pentacles is about thinking about that legacy and things. It's just like, in order, I feel like, to really see, or I'm almost more so getting with this Ten of Pentacles. You kind of see how there's just like this, almost like this family lineage here that's kind of going on with the Ten of Pentacles. You know, I feel like it's like maybe for some it's like we're getting ready to like break this chain. You know, it's just like, and it's not to say that we're putting ourselves in like a precarious situation, but it's just more so that I feel like it's like the energies are thinking like, I'm gonna put this. Let me get one more on that, Virgo. So the Ten of Pentacles is clarified by the Two of Pentacles. And, you know, I feel like, again, there's this need of balance. You know, like it's where, you know, I get that we have these goals and thinking about retirements and things along those lines. I feel like there shouldn't be a need for it to restrict your freedom in a sense. You know, you can still work towards your goals while still getting the most fulfillment. You know, yeah, I really feel like there's this, with the Two of Pentacles, it's just like there's a balance between this stuff. You know, this work smart, play smart energy. You know, Ten of Pentacles, Ten of Cups. You know, but I feel like don't try not to let the what is expected, you know, like for example, like the American dream, you know, try not to let that be where this is restricting your creativity, or like your restricting your experience, or restricting you from experiencing all the things that this life has to offer, because it's more than just like the basic stuff. There's so much to see, there's so many things to just be yeah, I like that, Virgo. Let's get another oracle. All this earth energy you're racking up here, I'm with it. You got the first card of Capricorns here, which is the Tools card. And with this card, this is a card of practical abilities, resources, has what it takes, application, build it, fix it, organization, help someone, task at hand, well prepared, equipment, get stuff done, and then masculinity. An energy here that's coming through, Virgo, is to help someone. And you know, too, you know, maybe for some, I feel like, because again, yours is a sign of service. And this could be where maybe we're getting out and maybe helping others. You know, maybe this is like we're doing some sort of community work, or maybe we're doing some travel. Maybe you want to volunteer, do like maybe for some would like maybe do like a Doctors Without Borders, or I don't know. I feel like maybe even for some, this could even be where we're like teaching others to how to really enjoy life to the fullest. How you can, that's interesting too, Virgo. How we can, I'm just kind of really getting with this help someone. You know, like it's like taking that wisdom that you've gotten through from Cassiel. You know how we were going through like time and discipline and things along those lines. It's just like, I don't know, it's like sharing your experience with others to show them how to really kind of live life to the fullest. How, you know, for maybe there was a moment where, you know, you used to see things a certain type of way, and now after doing all of this, maybe traveling and growth and introspection, maybe picking up hobbies and stuff, how this really kind of changed your life for the better, and how you can be, because that's how you definitely King of Pentacles to the finest there, is sharing this growth and things. But let me And it's like maybe you're even like taking this stuff on the road, you know, or just taking it where you're just kind of traveling around and maybe even doing like some sort of like motivational speaking or some sort of sense, or maybe we're creating like some content or whatever this is to kind of get your message out on the world there. But let's get a tarot on this. Oh, and there you are, Virgo. I love it. Because you got the Hermit here. And the Hermit's in reverse. And I'm really kind of getting with this energy, just like a need to not, for some, it's just like, for some, I'm getting this like a need to kind of get out there and shine, you know, to not keep your experiences to yourself, you know, to use this stuff to help others in some sort of capacity, you know, be an inspiration. Because, you know, we're going to get to this energy of where Pluto's going to be setting into Aquarius. We're going to be more so about the collective and really kind of networking. And that's, I feel like the game is going to be changing, you know, how things have been going, you know, there's a shift in the energies, and it's really exciting. I feel like what's getting ready to happen here over the next year, sure, like for, you know, to your next solar return, you know, I feel like, yeah, a lot is going to happen, and it's going to be a whole different world by the time we get to your birthday season again. So, you know, I feel like this is a really good time to just kind of figure out, like, and even too, you know, and maybe it's like for some we want to maybe kind of help others, and we're trying to figure out what that means. And this gives you a time to reflect and think about how you want to, because you don't need to have these answers figured out right now, Virgo. It's just like, how do we get that ball rolling? Where do we need to invest in? Seven of Pentacles, you know, what stuff do we need to learn? King of Swords, you know, what things do we need to get over in order to get to this place, the Devil, you know. But I like that. Let's get your last oracle card here. Thank you. All right, Virgo, last little bit here. Nice. All right, so you got the fourth card of Cancers here, which is the Mirror card. And with this card, this is a card of self-aware, seeing clearly, ego, facing issues, self-assessment, self-improvement, insecure, make comparisons, reflection, obsessed, narcissistic, vain, self-love, and self-appreciation. And energy that's coming through here, Virgos, is seeing clearly. And that's why I feel like it's happening here. I mean, you're awakening. You're getting ready to, at least you're thinking about it. And that's why I like that. Even though these cards are in reverse, that doesn't mean that it won't happen. That just means it's just like, what do we need to do? What do we need to learn about ourselves in order to see clearly, you know, in order to, you know, what do you want to bring to this world? You know, is this how you saw yourself? Do you like where things have been going in life? And if not, what can we do to change, you know? I remember talking with a friend. They were saying that this is a little exercise. It's just like taking like maybe like 5 minutes or so, and just like or a few minutes, and just kind of looking in the mirror and just kind of evaluating yourself and being kind to yourself, of course. But it's just like really seeing yourself. And is this what you do? You love everything that you see? And is this really what you've wanted? Is this how you've wanted, like Ten of Pentacles? Is this how you wanted to invest in this journey? And then if not, let those be the answers for your awakening there. But let's get your last tarot card here. Okay, thank you. I love it, Virgo. Got the Page of Cups here. And I feel like this is more so, because you got a lot of pentacles and you got a few little cups here, but you know, I feel like this is more so opera, because this Page of Cups always gives me very kind of Pisces vibes. And I feel like this is more kind of operating from, again, a balanced place, but maybe feeling a little more heart into the mix, you know, working in a little more emotions, you know, starting things from, you know, but based off what we feel, you know, because Cancer energy, you know, they're all about, my sun signs in Cancer, and we're all about our feelings and things that really resonate with you. And so, and maybe even just like, again, pursuing maybe some hobbies, you know, some passion projects and things along those lines. But let's get your last oracle card here, Virgo. Alright, Virgo, last little bit here. And beautiful. Oh, what a strong finish there, Virgo. Because now you got the eye card here. You know what? Let's switch back over. Now we're seeing things clearly. Now we got eyes on some stuff. Now we got vision. Because, like, I mean, come on, Virgo. It's just like... That's fantastic. And, you know, I feel like, too, just something to... Because since we're talking about the attachments and things, you know, this evil eye... Just making sure that we got eyes on things, you know, protecting our energies. You know, if we notice that someone, others are again, kind of might be leeching or taking advantage of your kindness or of your feelings or like something along those lines. It's definitely getting eyes on that, but I do feel that you are seeing things from a different perspective, Virgo, and that things are, you know, you may have this idea of what's going to be happening right now, but be flexible, be adaptable, stay in that mutable energy because things change, you know, and who knows what you may be, what your view or what your vision looks like here in the next year. So hell, and then even the next month here, Virgo. So I like that. I'm gonna leave that there. So hopefully you like that too, Virgo. And if you did, give it a thumbs up and share this because I feel like this is gonna be a really, really wonderful birthday season, but I feel like a really kind of enlightening year. I feel like for you, I feel like is coming up on the horizon. I like that. And you know, if you haven't already, Virgo, subscribe, hit that bell button to get notified on all these videos each week. And then last little bit, if you got any Cancer in your placements, Sun, Moon, Rising, come on over to the charity, friends. I do videos Monday through Friday there. We discuss lunar shenanigans, and it's a good old time. And all the housekeeping is down in the description box below. But let me get you surprise cards here so I can get you out of here. Alright, Virgo, you got the Four of Cups here. And I feel like with this, Virgo, you know, because sometimes when we're not following our dreams and like what our hearts desire, we can get into this place of like apathy where we're not caring, you know, we're just sort of going with the motion. Sure, we're celebrating, you know, like we got this success and stuff, but it's just like, is this really what our heart wants, you know? And this is the Moon in Cancer. And I feel like that for some, it's just like that there's a need to maybe kind of break out of this comfort zone, to just like try something different, you know, and break out of this, yeah, just kind of change up the pace here, Virgo. But let me get your oracle card here. And get you out of here enjoying your birthday season. Thank you. I love it, Virgo. You got the experience card here. And that's what's getting ready to happen. You're gaining experience, you know. And I feel like, too, Virgo, you know, when we were talking about that help someone, I feel like for some, you know, you see how this measure, you see how this this wise hand is handed to this you know, learning hand, this youthful hand here. I feel that that for some there's a need to kind of pass this experience on to the next generation, you know, and to the next people coming up. There's you can really kind of maybe shake up the way that things like have always been, you know. It's like I feel like, you know, when we're talking about that sort of like generational stuff here earlier with the Ten of Pentacles, but I feel like you're getting ready to go through a really wonderful experience here, Virgo. At least that's what I'm manifesting for you. And there are going to be challenges, of course, but I really feel like you'll be seeing things clearly and why things are happening for you. So I'm gonna leave that there. But you stay safe out there, Virgo. Because I mean, you made it very, very clear that we might be doing some traveling here soon. So I think definitely get yourself out there, Virgo. Enjoy what the world has to offer. You raise your vibration to the roof, because I mean, you're flying high. You got air balloons, planes, trains, automobiles. You know, you're just raise your vibration to the roof there, Virgo. And I will catch you on the next one. Later.